In this video, we're going to create a tone based off the Jimi Hendrix song, The Wind Cries Mary. Now, first off, we need to get an amplifier in place. So, Jimi was notoriously known for using big, loud British amplifiers. So, under the model select, we're going to go and choose the Plexi Lead 100 norm. Let's hear how that sounds. In the right ballpark, but there's a couple things we need to do. We need to pull that drive back a little more. We're going to add some bass. Actually going to pull the mids back a little more, add a little treble, presence. We're going to turn the channel volume up a little more as well. We're going to keep early reflections the same. We're going to keep the mic model the same along with the cabinet model. Okay, that's where we need the amp. Let's move over to the guitar. Currently I'm using a solid body electric guitar with a humbucker pickup in the bridge. So I want to change that. So under the mixer section is where we can access all of the Variax properties. So under the model selection, we want to choose Spank 5, and what that will give us is a nice big single coil in the neck position sound on a solid body electric guitar. Great, definitely in Hendrix territory now. One other thing I want to note is we're not going to force any tuning for this song because it's actually an E standard, but a lot of the Hendrix material is actually a half step down. So what I did is I created a custom tuning for E flat. So in case you want to use this preset for other Hendrix songs, you can do so. Okay, now that the amp and guitar are in place, let's move over to the effects. All right, let's get some effects going. So the first effect we're going to choose is a wah, and we're going to choose the Chrome Custom. I'm going to turn that off for now. Next up, we're going to choose a distortion, and we're going to go with the octave fuzz. We're going to bring the bass control up along with the treble, and we're going to bring that drive up about halfway. Gives you a nice rich harmonic sound. Turn that off, and next we're going to choose another distortion, and this time we're going to choose the facial fuzz. We're going to bring that bass control up a little bit along with a little bit of treble, and we're going to bring that drive to about 1 o'clock. Gives you a nice warm lead tone. Alright, followed by that we're going to go with modulation, and we're going to choose the U vibe. The tempo sync I'm going to leave at a quarter note syncopation. You'll notice that I have the tap tempo set to 87 BPMs. I'm also going to kick that mix back a little bit. Gives you a nice watery tone. Okay, turn that off for now. Next we're going to choose a delay, and we're going to select a reverse delay. In the reverse delay, we're going to set that to an 8th note syncopation, and we're going to bring that mix back just a little bit and turn the feedback up as well. Turn that off, and then lastly what we'll do is add in a reverb. So the reverb we're going to choose a room reverb, and we're going to bring that decay up, and we're going to turn the mix up as well. And what we're really trying to achieve there is a nice big room sound. Okay, now that we have all the effects in place, let's move over to the controllers. Alright, next up I want to show you how I assigned all the effects with the controllers and foot switches on the Pod HD500X. So if we select our Chrome Custom Wah, you'll see I've assigned it to Expression Toe Switch, and it's being controlled by Expression Pedal 2. That way, whenever I kick down on the Expression Pedal on the board, I can access my wah. Alright, followed by that, we're going to go with our facial fuzz, and you'll see that's available on Footswitch 1. After that, we have our U vibe, which is available on Footswitch 2, but what I also did is I've assigned the speed parameter to be controlled with the Expression Pedal 1. So whenever I turn on Footswitch 2 and I move the Expression Pedal, the speed will change. An essential control to have if you're playing a lot of Jimi tunes. After that, we're going to select the reverse delay, and that's available on Footswitch 3. And then finally, we have our octave fuzz available on Footswitch 4. I also want to note the reverb isn't actually on a foot switch, but we want that on all the time. Alright, lastly, let's start stepping on some foot switches and see how we can use this live. So like I mentioned, Footswitch 1, we have our facial fuzz available. Now if I leave that on and turn on Footswitch 4 with the octave fuzz, it'll give us a nice big lead tone. Okay, now when I have both of those on, I'm going to turn on Footswitch 2 and access the Univibe, and I'm going to control the speed with the expression pedal. Now I'm going to turn that off and turn on my reverse delay. That'll really give us our over-the-top Jimmy sound. And one last thing I want to note is a lot of these effects aren't actually included in the song The Wind Cries Mary, but if you want to use this preset for other Jimmy tunes, they're going to be essential effects to have. So if you're interested in using this preset live for other Hendrix tunes, or even creating other presets from it, at the bottom of the screen you'll see a link where you can download the tone we created on this video today. Thank you for your time, and we'll catch you on the next video.